I'm D-luv Saviyon, and welcome to King Me, Rise of a Drag King. This week is the Superhero Challenge, and our contestants have created their very own superhero story for you. Let's check them out.
It was a normal day for Spencer Money, just like any other day. Until he realized he was broke. Suddenly, the machine was on the fritz. Foreign account currency data started coursing through his fingertips, resulting in ATM-like abilities. From that day forward, he was known as Mr. Money Machine. Did your deadbeat date skip out on the bill? Those days are over.
Keep the change.
This bum again? Wherever poverty lies, he's there to save the day.
But Mr. Money Machine, I need change.
Keep the change, kid.
The ultimate hero that the 99% needs.
Autistic people need time. Time to process, time to interpret, time to answer, time to plan, time to react, time to think, time to understand, time to switch, and time to adjust.
Like, if I can end up being very blunt and it comes off as rude, even though I'm the kind of person that goes out of my way to be polite. So sometimes I come off as rude even though I'm not trying to be, and this can cause misunderstanding.
Autistic people often deal with stress triggers by melting down or shutting down. Both are involuntary reactions.
Bright lights. And it's not like, fluorescent lights that are on steadily all the time. It's like when you're driving down the highway in the dead of night and all of a sudden you're passing a cop and he has his flashers on. Or like you're passing a tow truck and the tow truck has its fucking LED flashers on. I actually fall into a seizure-like fit that I can't control, and I've chalked that up to an extreme form of stimming.
Many autistic people stim. Self-stimulatory behaviors are repetitive physical or verbal behaviors that serve the important function of calming or soothing the individual.
Even though I think that the schools that I went to as a kid wanted to get me diagnosed, looking back at how they would always send me to the counselor, and I know that I displayed a lot of behaviors like the self-isolation and the specialized interest and obsessiveness.
My PTSD led me to think a lot of my symptoms of autism was because I was sheltered. My father didn't believe in any sort of counseling or therapy, honestly, and a lot of checkups were skipped because he thought I didn't need them. If you met one person with autism, you met one person with autism. And that the spectrum isn't quite linear. It's not low functioning to high functioning. There are different aspects that autism affects.
I guess if I had to sum myself up in one word, the word would be eclectic. Since I'm kind of an odds and ends mismatch of all sorts of different skills and interests.
Say understanding. Because we all have weird tics.
Autistic people are usually very loyal and make great friends.
My ability to just store information about specialized interests. Inevitably, if a topic comes up that my friends might not know something about, but they know it's one of my interests, they'll immediately come to me and ask me about it.
I have a weird, desirable need to compliment people on something I like about them.
It's just a different brain setup where our skills and abilities are different. We're not lesser or more than, we just are different.
Our top 3 this week is Hugh Johnson, Max Ryder, and Schwanz.
I am not the tick. I am Transformus. That's my name, right?
Terraformus.
Terraformus. Compost and Earthbender. Just gotta do my makeup before I go out and save the world.
Just for one day.
I'm Max Ryder, but that's not my true self, merely a guise. In your world, I go by a different name, given to me by the Hero League, a team of misfits and do-gooders. I help them, we help you, they help me. I am a plane shifter, a traveller of worlds, searching for the one person who can help my people, the Saviour. Fenra Alisari. My sources tell me she is a lost soul in your world, and I must find her. The existence of my race depend on it. The League keep a close watch on me, for as long as I stay true and help with my powers, someday soon, I will find the Saviour. I am Finn of the Firebrands, but you can call me the Fireball.
no.
Hey!
Oh.
Kevin! Kevin Klein, it's me on Schwanz!
No!
Oh yes! Kevin, we need urgently your help! Mrs. Big is on her way and doing with her binary code the word in black and white.
What?
Look at me, look at my colors. I sent you some pictures here with. She doing the word in black and white. We need urgently your help.
But Hans, I quit the job. It's over. I start now my musician career. I think it's a good choice I did.
But Kevin, no one else can do that. You are Captain Color, and you and your partner, Blue Boy, got to rescue the world. You got to save our lives from Mrs. Big. Look at the world. All colors are away. Look at me. Only black and white. Only you got the superhero power. To help that, I just called Batman. He said, no, I'm just doing other stuff, you know. You can't order me. I know you quit the job. I know, but we need your help now.
Okay, Blue Boy, we got to do it again. We got to be Captain Color and Blue Boy again.
I am Captain Color, and this is my dog, Blue Boy. Hey, you're looking really good, my friend. Hockey. But are you sure you can handle with your superpowers? Of course I can. Because you had a long vacation time, you know? Okay, but at first, please make me in color again. Yeah, thank you. So, manage it with your dog. And rescue us. And rescue the world from Mrs. Big. You know, here's a picture again. See you. Give me a shout when you're ready.
Our bottom three this week are Joey Bambino, Richard Reckless, and Frankie Lezboi.
People say that heroes can be found in all walks of life. Some can help prevent world disasters. Others fight bad guys in skinny tights. Some even rescue cats from trees. Deep down inside, we all live our lives hoping that one day a hero can save us. All you gotta do is answer the call.
Hello?
Follow my instructions and no one gets hurt. Have you got a pen?
Here, have one of these. Who are you? The name's Stationery. Don't think about it too much. Everybody get down, this is a robbery!
I'm sure I could escape these robbers if I got through that small gap. But how am I going to know how wide it is from all the way over here?
Looks like desperate times. Call for desperate measures.
Thanks, Stationery!
According to my measurements, you can definitely fit in that gap. While you make your escape, it's time for me to take out the bad guys. If there's one thing I like, it's getting a confession on tape.
Sacre bleu! We have cut the wrong wire! If only we had some thin piece of metal to hold the wire together, otherwise the world will explode!
I'm sure I can help. This sounds like something I could sink my teeth into.
Merci, Stationery!
What's mightier than the sword? My pen is. Isn't that right, pen pal?
We're incredible!
I do enjoy making our mark on society. I want all of our guys out there looking for him, you hear me?
He's taking out our guys and he's putting us out of business. What else do you want me to do? We got all our best guys out there. He's untraceable, even with tracing paper.
You find him or I'll find someone else who will. Looks like it's time to erase crime. Stationery must be stopped. Full stopped. They don't call us the grammar gangsters for nothing. That joke is much funnier in UK English. We call them periods, you know, period full stop. It's like England periods, like women, like... Get him! Quick, pen pal. To the pencil case! Time is ticking. I think Stationery's ink's gonna run out real soon.
Richard was just a regular lad, working as a shop boy in his local barber, sweeping up hair and taking crap from his cruel hipster boss for not being able to grow proper facial hair.
You should be able to grow more than that peach fuzz on your face. You're staying late tonight, by the way. I'll see you later.
Until one night, that would change Richard's life forever. Unbeknownst to Richard, after an accident involving a truck full of radioactive waste, some of its cargo leaked into the alleyway behind his work, seeping into the trash cans and mutating their molecular structure of their contents. Richard, working late and unaware of this strange twist of fate, took out the rubbish and was attacked and bitten by a radioactive mustache.
Maybe I can help. I need to show people quick. Like a pencil? There you go. Glad I could save the day.
I have a job interview and I didn't have a chance to brush my teeth.
There you go. Mr. Mustachio.
Help, there's a cat stuck up a tree.
Sounds like you need a ladder.
His mustache can change into anything. Well, not anything. But things that'll already recognize the styles of mustache and make them real.
Oh, I'm jealous of you, Mr. Mustachio, in getting those powers of your magical mustache. So I'm gonna become your arch nemesis, the barber. What's going on here? There's an emergency. We need Mr. Mustachio. Oh, maybe I can try and call it.
Superman, make that look so easy. I made it up here.
It's alright, we actually sorted it.
He was the world's newest and hairiest superhero, Mr. Mustachio.
Hi guys, this is Frankie Lezboi, and I'm going to be turning into my creation of the Dreamcatcher for a superhero. So I'm about to do, I have some of my stuff on, and I have my hair ready to be sprayed, and I'm about to turn and do my facial hair. So for my superhero, I went ahead and I made the Dreamcatcher. My superhero is pretty much what I wish I could do. I want to take people's dreams and make them a reality, but at the same time, there's consequences with that. Like, for instance, your worst nightmares. I can make all those come true. So my character has a very good side and a very dark evil side. But I made my superhero based on my own nightmares, and the fact that my own nightmares have already came true. So I based my superhero off of my twin committing suicide, and what you'll find out is I base a lot of things in my drag off of that, because this is how I deal with it, and this is my outlet. And we all have our inner demons, and our nightmares get the best of us. So I made this Dreamcatcher character superhero based off of that, but also based off of a little bit of Peter Pan, a little bit of Jack Frost, a little bit of the Sandman. I'm all about the Sandman. Okay, I'm fully transformed into the Dreamcatcher. I have my handy dandy animatronic Dream Dust. This is, watch this. Yes. Right now it's blue. That means that I'm in a good mood, and I'm not gonna mess with anybody's nightmares. It'll turn red whenever I am going to do that. Also, you must also know that my face also turns red, but I cannot do anything about it not being red right now. But that just means that I'm being evil. So this is where I'm going to do, there is a cat at my door. Okay. Come on. And now it's ready for a photo shoot.
Hugh Johnson, you killed it this week. Everything that you made homemade, from your suit, from start to finish. I really love how you portrayed the character, and it's something that's like home to you as a performer, being from Humboldt County, California. That's really genius. I love where you went with it, and I love all the time and work that you put into it. Good job.
You did Terraformis. Excellent work on the muscle suit with that. The only thing about that is you left your forearms without anything, and it kind of threw off the whole look for me because you had these little tiny stick forearms and everything else was huge and muscular. So remember everything from head to toe. I think that I would have liked to see something a little bit, it needed to stand out a little bit more. I get what you were going for with the costume, kind of that dirt look. I think that, I don't know exactly what it is, but something could have been maybe a little bit more as far as the costume goes, just to give it some sort of pop. It's a drag competition, so you still want to be able to kind of stand out if you're standing up next to anybody else, or always think about you're competing with other people for this. So it was a very creative idea. The photos were really entertaining.
Hugh Johnson smashed it again. That is some serious sewing skills. Can you make me one, mate? I absolutely love that costume. You look brilliant, great idea, nice, uniquely funny and subtle. I like that too. But I think I would have liked to see you rolling around in the dirt a bit more, in the real dirt. That would be great, you know, cover yourself in it, get all dirty. And okay, maybe that's just me.
Max Ryder, I love the cosplay that you put into your character this week. It was really great to show that you could show the world that you have special skills too, like flame throwing. That's intense. That's a good skill to have. I was impressed by everything that you brought. It was a package deal. You really did great this week, and keep doing what you're doing.
Max Ryder with Finn, your character was one of my favorites for this challenge. It was because it was so different. Instead of sort of the typical spandex and superpower superhero, it was something more from like the fantasy genre, which was really interesting. I was really interested in that character, and that looked like something I would want to read a story about as well. I really loved the work that you did with the fire at the end of your video. That was really cool.
Max Ryder, I really love this. You played for your strengths, you went for cosplay looks, and it was brilliant. You pulled off the costume magnificently. The graphics look epic. You can't be denied. You've nailed it.
Schwanz, you had me laughing the whole time, from Kevin Kline being the musician to Mrs. Big as your villain. It's awesome how you started from a character and a concept and went all the way to the end and even made a comic book series part of it, and that was really great. It stepped you out above what I've ever seen you do, and probably out of your box, I'm sure. You smashed it. Like, it was really, really great this week, and I can't wait to see what you bring to us. You're always making us laugh.
Hans did Captain Color. Your video was my favorite. It was hilarious. I really enjoyed your evil villain, Mrs. Big. I would completely read a comic about this character. Your transformation part in the video was great, very creative, very well thought out. I liked the costume. It went with everything the character had going on. I loved that you had a sidekick. This one was really a great concept and really a great video, great photos. Everything about it was fantastic. Very, very comic booky, very old school comic booky. So you did a great job.
Hans Schwanz, you've nailed it again. I loved this one. So funny, and the comic strip is brilliant. It's brilliant. What a formidable foe, Mrs. Big. I'd shit myself. Nice one, mate.
Joey Bambino, Stationery was genius. It's a superhero that any office person needs, and it is a regular superhero that is needed throughout the world, and I love what you brought. You are funny, you make me laugh every time, and it's always a strong performance. What I challenge for you is to make it bigger, cleaner. I loved what you were going with the stationery pieces and stuff and how it was more like paper, but I want something cleaner and bigger. And so my challenge for you is to take your superhero that you've already created and make it bigger.
Joey, at first, I'll admit, when I looked at the photos before watching your videos, I was not super impressed. And then I watched the video, and this was extremely creative, very out of the box. I can't believe you made all of that stuff out of just office supplies. Your cape out of Post-it notes, the headdress, your beard out of pencil thing, or the pinheads. It was very creative. The one-liners in your video were really funny. It was extremely entertaining, and so I had a much higher opinion of it after watching the video and then going back and looking at the photos. The critique that I probably would say, maybe I would have made a mask out of something as well. And everything was kind of like office supply guy. And I guess a marker mask would make sense, but maybe even having made it out of paper or something like that would have gone along with the rest of the theme. But as far as your creativity goes, I am impressed. You truly can make a costume out of anything, I think. So keep that up. That is an extremely creative skill and something that'll definitely continue to set you apart.
Joey Bambino, I love that. I thought it was really creative. I've no idea why you're in the bottom three. I think that you absolutely executed your idea, keeping true to your personality, and I think that's really difficult to do. I think it was great. You had my girl Apple laughing as well. You smashed it, mate.
Richard Reckless, I love your Mr. Mustachio and how you had the super villain barber to cut off your mustachio, and that was really great. I really enjoyed it. My critique for you is, I'm just waiting. We already know you're talented and you're a punk rock singer and everything that you have entailed, and I'm just waiting for that big wow factor.
Richard with Mr. Mustachio. I enjoyed that you had thought through your concept enough to where his mustache could only turn into things that are already actual mustache styles. That was very clever, very creative. Your storyline was cute. I liked the comic book style in your makeup. The only thing about that is it's kind of hard to carry that through with an entire costume. And even though most of your costume for the character was black, it kind of throws it off a little bit because you had the lines on the face and then a little bit on the chest piece, but not really anywhere else. So it wasn't very, it didn't very flow together very well. As far as that particular look. I did like your costume. I probably would have painted the chest piece a different color or something, maybe even like a gold, so that it was a little bit less cardboard looking. because that kind of threw off some of the look a little bit there as well. But I did enjoy the storyline, and again, the mustache only turning into things that were already mustache styles was very well thought out.
Richard Reckless, you came up with a really creative idea. It was actually really, really funny. A superhero that can make things just from stuff that sounds like kinds of moustache. That was really great. And it was great to meet Rat Stash as well. That was brilliant. I kind of felt like your costume could have done with a bit more work. I mean, it was brilliant in what it was, but it could have just had a bit more polish, a little bit more time put into it. My favourite thing about you is how you love to film outside, and we get to see a bit more around where you live, which is great. And familiar for me, because it's near where I used to live.
Frankie Lezboi, I really loved your superhero this week. It was great. It was something that I've never seen you do personally, and I've been watching you for a while. But I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, this week, I didn't feel like there was a whole visual concept. Yes, there was a story, and yes, you had all these great ideas, and they were beautiful, but I don't feel like it was too vague, and I needed more detail in the costuming, and I needed you just to stand out more and just to be more. And I challenge you to just go that extra step, because it might be that extra step that makes it or breaks it for you.
Frankie, you did Dreamcatcher. I liked the costume. I liked the beard that you added, and the makeup you did to your face for it. I liked the muscles that were added in on the costume. That was a good little detail. I think I would have liked to see something more in your video. It was a superhero challenge, so show us something, do a little bit more in character. How does this character act? What are they like? You did a good job with the photos, kind of capturing the essence there. The backstory also, it seemed like there was a lot. I think one of the things about superheroes and stuff like that is it's usually a little bit more focused. It seemed like there were a lot of areas that this character dove into, so maybe something just a little bit more focused so that it's easy to follow, and just do a little bit more with it, push it over the top. You did great getting into the costume, but then what happens once you're there? So can you be that character? Can you give us some of that character's personality and really jump onto the entertainment side? Otherwise, great job with the photos, great job with the costume and the transformation.
Frankie Lezboi, you brought us a really intricate, very detailed story with a very detailed character, and I thought that was great. It would have been nice to see as much detail in the finished product. It felt like you had trouble manifesting a really great dream, and I love that. I want to see you finish it. That's what I'd like to see. Well done, mate.
Our winner this week is Hans Schwanz. Congratulations, Hans. You will receive a customized superhero cape and accessories for Mr. Captain Color. Sadly, we must also choose who is going home this week. The contestant that is going home this week is Frankie Lezboi. We would love for you to stay, but you must really sashay away. Don't forget to tune in every Wednesday, Mountain Standard Time at 7 p.m. for another episode of King Me, Rise of a Drag King. Also, don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for plenty of bloopers and outtakes of this season. Also, for even more King Me this season, don't forget to tune in every Sunday for Trey Alizé and a special project. Signing out for this week, this is Frozone, aka D-luv Saviyon. Catch us next week on King Me, Rise of a Drag King.